This new moon in Sagittarius is less about starting something new and more about preparing your body to be able to hold all of this glorious energy that's heading towards you. So, if you are brand new, hello, I'm Tara Kinden. I work at the intersection of astrology, of human design, of sound frequency healing, embodiment to help women feel safe in their bodies and feel confident being seen. If you're someone who feels deeply, who senses energy, who knows that there is something shifting beneath the surface of all of your entire life right now, you are in the right place, my friend. This is the kind of body grounded cosmic guidance that is going to support you. I'd love for you to subscribe, share this with someone you love, and stay with me as we move through the energy of this moon together. So I'm going to start right away by sharing the chart so you can kind of see what we're talking about. We're going to start with the astrology. The reason I start with the astrology is this. When we're looking at building a house, we start with the foundation and the framework. I always believe that astrology is that base structure and the framework of who you are. So when we're looking just briefly at this chart, we're looking at the sun. Here's what's up is like you can see the energy moving through Sagittarius. We have a ton of energy in Sag, fire, 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 fire. And Venus is actually making a trine to Chiron. So let's break this down in a really easy and understandable way for you. I kind of want to give you the Sabian symbol too. So a lot of people don't talk about this, but it is another layer and another level. So the Sabian symbol would be at 29 degrees with Sag. This is actually so even though the moon is at 28 degree 24 minute, we're looking at the 29th degree for the Sabian symbol. So it's not just another reset. This is the final moon of the year. Like we don't have any more. This is it. This is the last one of 2025. And it's arriving at what we would call like a threshold moment. We are about to step into, and you're all feeling that, something really new. We're closing out a long cycle and we're standing at the edge of something that will not wait for us to feel ready. So if you don't feel ready, that's okay. It's right on time. The moon is sitting at the very end of Sagittarius, and this is activating the 29th degree Sabian symbol. So what it is it's a fat boy mowing a lawn of his house on an elegant suburban street. This symbol is about stewardship, not vision without action, not belief without embodiment. It asks a simple but profound question to all of us. Can you tend to the life that you are living right now? Can you care for your body, your energy, your environment? And can you live your truth in ordinary moments, not just in big ideas? Sag loves the horizon. It loves to look forward. This degree is really pulling us back into the body and into our responsibility. So your truth does not need to be loud. It needs to be lived. And I think a lot of us are feeling the same way. And how astrology is relating to the nervous system is like this chart is really loud. It is straight up loud. It's Sagittarius heavy. It's activated with the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Juno, and Black Moon Lilith, and they are all clustered together. This is about your voice, your visibility, your belief, your desire, and your truth, really wanting full expression. At the same time, I need to bring these up because it is very important. We have the moon out of bounds. We have Mars out of bounds. We have Black Moon Lilith out of bounds, and we have Hygeia out of bounds. For those of you who are not familiar with the goddesses, don't worry. It'll all make sense soon. So out of bounds energy doesn't follow the normal rules. It's like off script. It amplifies, it disrupts, it pushes away or pushes us beyond our usual capacity. So if you feel like you live like that all the time, you may have out of bounds planets natally. This feeling can be very exhilarating, but it can also be unsettling depending on how embodied you are and how your nervous system is at. Like what's your nervous system at right now? I will say a lot of the women that I'm working with feel fried, feel a little cooked. So we want to try to help you get into a place of embodiment so you can feel more settled. You know, Saturn and Neptune are sitting together in Pisces. This is opening up our spiritual sensitivity and dissolving away all the old structures that just no longer fit. Uranus is also at 28 degrees of Taurus, and this is bringing through sudden awakenings and nervous system spikes and electricity and excitement and energy, and all of those things together is a lot for a body to hold, right? Chiron, who is in Aries and has been for some time now, continues to expose our wounds and open them back up around our ability to feel like we're in our own identity and we're courageous. You know, the visibility piece for a lot of us is not easy. It's not easy. And this chart is actively opening up and really amplifying the energies of our upper centers. You're going to really feel your upper chakras just be like, whoa, super open and activated. And this is going to leave a lot of you with lower centers, maybe a little bit vulnerable. And through vulnerability will come power, but it is just something to be aware of, okay? So, which it's going to mean this as well. If you're not anchored in the earth, in the ground, if you're not grounded, you're going to feel real top heavy. Okay. So we want to be aware of this so that when it's coming in, you're like, okay, this is what she was talking about. This is like, I'm feeling, here's what you could experience if you're not in your body. Okay. You could feel anxious. You could feel scattered. You could feel overstimulated. You could feel emotionally flooded, like you're being pounded by the ocean of emotion. And this is absolutely not a thinking new moon where we like to go, okay, what are my ideas? What are my visions? And we automatically think of coming up here. This is a feeling. So you're not in the mind, you're down in the body. That's really, really, really important. So when we're looking at this energy of this chart, and I'm actually going to show you, this is how I love this chart. So I'm gonna stop this share and I'm gonna share with you a little bit more in depth. Okay, so you can see this chart now. This goes deeper. This is one of the sheets that will show you, okay, well, when a planet is out of bounds, this is Astro Gold for those of you who are curious, but you can go to Astro-Seek and get all the same information for free. But you'll see here, like anything that's purple is out of bounds. So knowing this and looking at your own chart, saying, do I have out of bounds planets? Because you probably really resonate with this. I seem to attract women who have out of bounds energy or galactic energies, and this is kind of a BFD. So here's the chart, very heavily weighted in fire, heavily weighted in mutability, like we should be flexible. But if you don't have if you have a lot of fixed energy, you may struggle to be flexible, and it's okay. Deep breaths, this too shall pass, like getting in your body. We have more masculine energy because of like all of this fire. All of this Sagittarius energy is firing us up and getting us motivated, but it can also feel like overwhelming. Like, what do I start first? What do I do first? Virgo on the ascendant here is letting us remember we have a body. You have a body that you came onto this planet with, and you have to find a way to be able to be in it. South Node is also very close to that ascendant, which signifies to me this energy of releasing. Like we're releasing things in order to move forward. North Node being in Pisces is all about being in surrender and being present with what is and giving us an opportunity to look at our creative sides. What would feel good to create if you're not in alignment with your creativity, you're going to have a circulation problem because creativity, being creative helps to circulate energy, okay? I'm not talking about circulation in your like blood circulation. I'm just talking about circulation and movement of energy, period, right? That's what Pisces brings to us. And when we have Saturn, the boss here, he's helping us build some structures around that flow and around that circulation, but it's not easy. That's definitely not easy. Neptune at the final degree of Pisces is like, we're done with this. Are you ready to open up and be connected to your highest version of self? Well, in order to do that, we need to be grounded, okay? So all of this energy to say, like I talked about all these guys briefly, it's just knowing that we're going to have Uranus move into Gemini next year. We're going to have Neptune moving into Aries, Saturn moving into Aries. We're having brand new energy starting in that Aries part of your chart. We also have 2 Venus star points activating next year. And although we're not talking about, 2026, we're in the energies of 2025. But there is something really important that I noticed. And when I looked at the human design, which I'll go into next, I also looked at the galactic energies and this seasonal threshold that we're in, because this new moon is activating galactic points. Like it's the sun, the moon, Mars, they're all very close to the galactic point, right? Venus is also there. Juno is there, goddess of partnership. So it's opening awareness beyond the personal, like what we are sensing here and now. It's for those of us who have galactic activations or out of bounds planets natally. This can feel very expansive, like extraordinarily expansive. It can feel overwhelming. It can feel emotional, and just 2 days after this new moon, we are stepping into solstice. Okay. So solstice energy is coming a couple of days after. And that's another major energetic shift. It's another turn of the wheel. It's not a pause, it's a compression point. Like things are just feeling like, ooh, we're in an ending year. 2025 is numerologically a 9 year. So it's this ending, we're ending things, completion, we're releasing things. When 2026 rolls in, it's a 10, which boils down to 1. And this opens up the 1 cycle, initiations, new beginnings, we're planting new seeds, which brings us to this concept I've been thinking about of soil. Okay. When I'm thinking about the analogy of soil and how soil really relates to this moon, like right now we are clearing our fields. Okay. We're clearing our fields energetically. And I want you to just go with me on this journey for a minute. We're pulling up all the dead roots. Okay. Removing what is no longer able to nourish us. We're tilling the soil of the body and the nervous system. We are absolutely not planting yet. We are in preparation mode. So for those of you who are feeling pressure to plant, you don't have to. Winter is about nourishment. It's not about performing and being out there all the time. It's about coming in and cleaning up the inside. It's about feeding your soil with rest and reflection and compassion. And if your soil is depleted, like nothing is going to grow in it in the spring. So this new moon, I'm seeing it as the opportunity to tend to the ground of your life, the base structure of your life. So the seeds that you're going to receive over these coming months, or that you've already received, have somewhere safe to land, right? Pay attention more than what you're thinking about to what you're feeling about. Really let the body lead. Slow down your commitments, honor the rhythms and the cycles that you're in. This is not about rushing forward. It's about becoming stable enough to hold what is here and what is coming. And your truth, it doesn't need to be announced. Okay. So like, yes, there's a lot of Sagittarius energy. Yes, there's a lot of voice activation. You're going to want to speak up and say the things, but maybe it's just more about like coming in and connecting to your inner world to be like, yeah, what is important? What do I need to say? What do I need to say for myself? What do I need to talk myself into? Could also be another part of this, right? It's not about rushing forward. It's about being stable enough to hold what is trying to come through to you. So the work of the Sagittarius new moon is literally about tending to the body. So now that you kind of like, you see the visuals of the astrology, I'm going to come in and I really want to show you the energies of the human design chart. For those of you who are brand new to this, don't worry. The only thing you need to do is be present to what is. Don't worry about not understanding. Sorry, way too many windows open. Here we go. All right. So the vibes of this chart, and I got notes everywhere, is when we're looking at this human design chart, we are looking at the energies of what we're feeling in the now. The red is kind of like what you came in with. It's ancestral wisdom. It's just this beautiful flowing energy that's always working in the background. Okay. It's working for you, not against you, but it could be surprising for people. So we're not talking about that today. We're talking about this, the defined energy, what you're really feeling. And remember when I said it's top heavy, so you can feel all this defined energy running through all the top chakras, and that you also have the spleen center defined, because this is a splenic projector vibe and a 1-3 profile. Okay. So it's very in the moment. It's very intuitive. It's very wise. It has the uncanny ability to want to say what it wants to say in the moment it wants to say it. But it can have a fear of the future. There is this vibe of fear-based energy if you're not aligned with your intuitive self. Okay, so trusting your intuition is another thing that I really love to help women do. So let's look at the sun. The sun, as you remember, was in Sagittarius. It's in the gate 10. We also have the moon in gate 10. We have Mars in gate 10. So these are 3 big players in gate 10. Okay. The moon is out of bounds and Mars is out of bounds. Keep that in mind. So self-love is kind of the signature of this moon, but it's out of bounds and galactic. So I do think that the way in which we love ourselves is being reframed right now. And you're getting new insights on what it could look like to love yourself wholly in its entirety. Something to play with. Because also the North Node is in the gate 63, which is about curiosity. We're really being curious about, or the idea is mad scientist vibes of, what could be possible in potentially how we love ourselves, and potentially how we move things forward, and potentially how we clear out our soil, right? The Earth sits in the gate 15. This is about compassionate energy, okay? Think about this energy running off the G center here of self-compassion, right? What do I need to do to forgive myself, to love myself, to appreciate myself, to embody myself, right? Embodiment is the key here, slowing down and being in. The South Node is in the gate 64, which is up in the head. This is about the divine ideas dropping in, which you're overloaded with. You're all overloaded with, okay? Mercury, who is squaring the nodes, remember, is in gate 9. Gate 9 is the energy of convergence, okay? And he's out of his shadow. He's full on forward. He's moving forward. He is ready to get things going. And he's the ideas guy. But he is in gate 9. Gate 9 actually runs off the sacral center. And as you can see, this isn't defined. The root's not defined. Our emotional solar plexus isn't defined. And neither is the will center. So these are areas where we're gaining wisdom. These are areas where we can be overloaded as well. We're under, like an intense growth phase. And if we're not coming into the body, we can feel off center here. So Mercury, the mind, is in your guts. So keep that in mind as you're rolling through the energies. And then Venus is in gate 11. She's in the gate of ideas. Like she is down with a dump truck at the river of ideas and she is loading it up. So you can feel like you've got all these ideas, but almost nowhere to put them yet. Get an ideas book. I tell everybody this. Go to the dollar store, grab a little journal book and start writing down your ideas. The ideas you find repeating will be the ideas that are meant for you to move forward. Okay? That's it. So use those ideas to your power and don't feel under pressure to do something with them. Ideas is up here in the mind. Okay? It's up here in the ajna, third eye area. And you're going to feel your mind just being like very full. Now, when I move down, we're looking at Mars in gate 10, which we talked about. Now we've got Jupiter in 62. He's in Cancer and he's preparing us here. There's an element of preparation. So tilling the soil, preparing in order to expand. All he wants to do is bless and expand, right? Him and Venus only want to bless and expand your ideas. But in order to do that, you need clean soil. I don't know why this analogy made sense, but it just felt like it came forward a lot. Saturn, who's in Pisces with Neptune. So Saturn's in gate 36. That gate 36 is about exploration. This is where you're exploring your options. You're looking at all the things that are here for you. Where Neptune is in gate 25, encouraging us to have a spiritual practice. So what does your spiritual practice look like? I mean, it can look like anything. You can be doing the dishes and feel a spiritual awareness pop in. You can be going for a drive and feeling like you're zoning out. You're like, when you drive and all of a sudden you're there and you're like, oh my God, I was totally not present for that whole drive. Even though you were, your like intellectual self was able to just quiet. And that's being in your body, being in full intuitive awareness of your surroundings without being tactilely aware of it. Hopefully that made sense. And then gate 8 is where we have Uranus. Remember, Uranus in Taurus is shaking things up in how we fulfill our destinies and how we receive or speak into being our manifestations. So things could be coming through to you really fast. Things could be popping in that you're excited about, you're dreaming about, but it's like, how's this going to happen for me? It's almost like you don't need to know the how. You just need to be able to feel the frequency and speak it into being. Humming things, singing things, allowing your frequency and vibration, because he's electric. He wants you to be singing. He wants you to be humming. He wants you to be chanting. He wants you to be just talking to yourself like that. The idea of like the crazy lady talking to herself. Well, I talk to myself all the time. I encourage you to talk to yourself all the time and try to get these things maybe that you're thinking about moving now energetically around you through voice. Voice matters, frequency matters. And then Pluto is just hanging out in gate 41. He's been there for a while. This is imagination. This is where the human design chart kicks off and starts fresh in gate 41. And he's just been there hanging out, waiting for us to all catch up and transform to this new beginning. Now, Chiron, I want to speak about, because Chiron is, making the challenging aspects and positive aspects that he is. He's in gate 42. Gate 42 is about conclusion. Again, we have to be done with certain things. So what are those certain things you desire to be done with? I mean, in a nutshell, my friends, I'm just going to come back to you. I'm going to stop sharing. That's the vibes, right? That's the vibes. If you remember nothing from this conversation, just remember your only job is to tend to your inner soil. It's to check in. How am I feeling? Not what am I thinking? It's like, it's very important to move from here into here, to anchor down, to ground down, to go out and stand in the grass if you can, to do whatever techniques help you to feel nourished and grounded. Is going to make a huge difference in how the energy flows through to you. And then we're going to talk about solstice coming up soon. So thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm at like 599 subscribers. One more takes us over the edge to 600, which is so exciting. And the goal is to start bringing you more intuitive insights that help you be in your bodies so that you can do all the things you desire to do in a way that feels nourishing for once instead of exhausting. Okay, that's it. I could go on and on. Maybe I'll pull a couple cards quick before I set you loose, but we're done. So if you want to jet out, peace be with you, my friend. And until next time. But if you want to stay for the intuitive card pull, please do. These are my favorite part. These are my favorite part. Okay, always clear the deck as well. So our first card up for the energies of this moon is the third eye. Again, you all know this. You're getting tons of ideas. That's not news. But you don't need to feel pressured to do something. The restore card is here. It keeps showing up in my membership. With all of my clients, it's the time of restoration. Even though this is the busiest season of the year, there's an element of relaxing. And how funny is this? Self-love. Universe said what it said. With all of the energy we have in gate 10, which is the gate of self-love, this is a reminder. You're not meant to be pushing, forcing, doing. It's meant to be like, slow down, take a deep breath, light a candle, even do some candle gazing, and let things melt away. Okay, then you're going to have more clarity around what you're ready to get rid of, to clean up your soil. All right, everyone, take care. Have a beautiful new moon and enjoy your day ahead.